Hello, welcome back. Today I am going to be making these delicious coconut cookies. These are low carb and they're keto friendly, or keto and low carb. They are coconut macaroons, basically just a coconut cookie. And I decided to make this recipe because I've been craving them from when we used to go to the buffets, the Chinese buffets. They usually have them in the sweet section. They don't really do a lot of sweets, but they have these and they make them really small, and they're basically just coconut, and they're kind of soft, a little bit crusty on the top, but in the inside they are nice and soft and chewy, and they're basically just coconut, and I love coconut. So that's why I decided to create this recipe, and I really like it. I've already made it. I've shared it, some pictures on Instagram and the recipe as well, but today I decided to film the video on how I make these. So let me tell you what we're gonna need. Let me show you. Of course, we first gonna need a medium-sized bowl. Is fine. We're gonna need to have our oven preheated to 375, so always preheat your oven. And you're going to need a pan that's lined with either parchment paper, or if you have one of those silicone mats that are also great and nothing sticks on there. That's what I have today. The star ingredient is coconut. So this is coconut, unsweetened coconut, okay? Now they sell these in like flakes. There is there's one that's sweetened and there's an unsweetened one. So you want to have the unsweetened one. I didn't have the flakes today, but I did have these that I had gotten a while back from Trader Joe's, and these are coconut chips. And this is what they actually look like. I don't know if you can see them. They're actually just, very thin chips. So what I did was I put them in my Ninja processor, and I just got, instead of flakes, they're just like, small pieces of coconut, which will work the same. So if you either buy the already the ones that are pre-shredded, or if you have something like that, you can just put it in your high-speed blender. So this is 2 cups. And you can see there's still some big flakes in there, and that's fine. That doesn't bother me. So 2 cups of the coconut flakes, okay? And this is kind of like a just dump and stir kind of situation, which is great. It's super easy. We're also going to need some coconut butter. They also call it coconut manna, or coconut manna. This one says whole coconut puree. This is just a specific brand that I usually find either at the local market or at like any specialty food store. It's a great brand. Honestly, I've used all different types of coconut butters, and they're all the same. But this is a good product because, as you can see, it's organic, it's raw, and it's non-GMO. So you're gonna need 1/3 cup. This can be pricey. I find that it's probably better to find it online, buy it online, especially this brand. I mean, I've paid $8 for this jar, but I've paid up to like $12 or $13. So. And you do need to have this for this recipe. So we need 1/3 cup. I'm just gonna measure it out before I put it. Let me just bring my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Put this aside. And usually this is going to be, you need to melt it. So I just put the jar in the microwave for about 30 seconds and it melts. And it almost looks like cocoa butter. It's delicious. Honestly, I can eat this by the spoonful. Okay, so we're gonna need 1/3 cup of that. Just dump it right in here. Get all of it out. Try to make sure I don't leave anything behind. Okay. The other ingredient we're gonna need is egg whites, okay? I'm using these egg beaters. They're just egg whites, or you can you can use the egg whites from, from actual eggs. Just separate the yolk and from the egg white. And you're gonna need a half of a cup of that. So that's what I have here. Okay. What I have in this bowl is a pinch of pink salt. You're just gonna need a pinch, and you can, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't, a little bit of pink in there. And this is granulated monk fruit sweetener, okay? And you guys already know from my other videos, this is my favorite brand. I've tried all kinds of different sweeteners, granulated and powdered, and this one, in my opinion, gives the best taste. There's also the brown one for this recipe, then it's this one, the classic one, and it does not upset my stomach. Most of the other sweeteners upset my stomach, this one doesn't, so I'm kind of happy that I found it. And what we have here is a half a cup of granulated sweetener. These cookies are generally not sweet, but if you feel like you want to put more sweetener, go right ahead. So this is a half a cup. Or you can also add some stevia. I'm gonna add a few drops of stevia, liquid stevia. That was about 20 drops. Okay. And I decided I like the taste. I'm not a fan of almond extract, but in this recipe, in these cookies, that's the flavor that I taste when I've had them, the normal ones. So I decided to use almond extract. If you don't like almond extract, then you can use vanilla extract, okay? And we're only gonna use a half a teaspoon for the entire recipe. There you go, just about. It is very intense, so you wanna make sure. It smells delicious already. It's very, very, very strong. I'm gonna put these flakes in here because that's gonna be fine. Okay, so we have our 2 cups of the coconut flakes. We have our coconut butter. We have our egg whites. We have our sweetener in there, almond extract. So it's pretty simple. You don't really need a lot of ingredients for this recipe. So it's gonna start coming together. It's not gonna be a dough that is gonna be tight, but what you are looking for is for it to be everything combined with the egg whites. I think there was a little bit more egg whites in here. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more. So that's like about another tablespoon. That way I can use it all up. And the egg whites is basically what's going to keep these cookies together, okay? Pretty much. The protein in the egg whites. It smells amazing. Okay, so that's as easy as it is. And then once you see that everything is combined, we can proceed to bake them. I'm gonna get my sheet pan. Okay, let's move everything to the side. These are a delicious treat, especially like in the afternoon with some tea. Or it could be like a, after dinner dessert. We always are looking, most of us are always looking for something sweet after dinner. This is not too sweet, but just sweet enough. So I'm just gonna I'm looking for a tablespoon measure. If I can find one. So tablespoon, this is the size that I'm going to round them, make them round and put them on the cookie sheet. So let me show you. And you're gonna have to use your hands, okay? So, and don't worry about if you think they may fall apart or they're not gonna come together, they are. So what I do, instead of making, I make a little ball, But then these usually have like a flat side to it, which is the bottom side. Okay, see, they're like little domes. So I'm gonna go ahead, and these are not gonna grow. They're not gonna grow. There's no baking powder or any leavening in here. So you wanna make them all the same size so that they can cook evenly. Every time you're making cookies, you wanna make sure they're all the same size. Okay? And depending on the size that you make them, you're gonna get between 15 to 18 cookies. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just showing you. I shape it with my hand. So you see it's a dome and it has a flat side. This is a 9x12 cookie sheet, so you're going to probably fit between 3 and 4. I just fit 3, but you can put them closer together because again, they're not going to spread. They're gonna spread a tiny, tiny bit, not too much. So let me show you one more. And then I make the flat bottom. On the cookie sheet. So I'm going to continue to use all of this dough to make my coconut cookies. And then I'm gonna bake them in the oven. We're gonna bake them at 375 for 15 to 18 minutes or until they are golden on top. Okay, there we go. I'll show you what they look like after they're baked. Okay, you guys, so I wanted to show you, I rolled all of the cookies on the cookie sheet, and honestly, it looks like I got about 20 of them, and they're all pretty much the same. I try to keep them all the same size, and if you use the tablespoon measure, you know, to help you, you will. If you want to make them bigger, you can. You just have to watch the time. It may take longer, but these are very, very dense, in my opinion, so this size is for me is perfect. So I'm gonna put them in the oven, again, 375 for 15 to 18 minutes, and then I'll show you what they look like and we'll taste them. Okay, you guys, so here are my coconut cookies. You can see they're nice and golden brown. They took about 20 to 22 minutes at 375, and I've let them cool completely, and so they're completely set. You see how they're nice and brown on the bottom and they're flat, and then they have a dome. So I'm gonna try one. Very, very coconutty. So if you like coconut, you're gonna love these. And there's really not a lot of ingredients to make them. What I do is I store them in a and you can put them in a Ziploc bag, or I put them in a tight container with a tight lid on it, and they last literally, you know, a week and a half, and they just have the right amount of sweetness. So I hope you guys try this recipe. If you do, let me know if you like them, how they came out. All of the instructions and the ingredients that you're gonna need is going to be under this video in the description below. And please tag me on Instagram if you make these. I hope you do, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.